Hi and welcome. This video will show you how you can use Clapier as a Google Form alternative to apply scoring to your forms. Although Google Forms is a common choice for making simple forms, Clapier offers a simple solution if you wish to have apps such as inspections, customer feedback, examinations which involve MCQs, and much more that have fields that require a score attached to it and finally need the overall score. Let's take an example. In my Clapier dashboard, I'll create a new app. I'll create a customer feedback form. First, I'll give a name to this app. I'll add a section, give a name to the section on the right-hand panel. And now for the questions, which are fields that need a score to it. If you need to have a yes or no type of question or a multiple choice type field, and based on the option selected, there should be a value, like yes will be scored as 1 and no will be 0. Then you can use a single selector block, or if you have multiple options, you can also use the multiple selector block. For now, I'll choose the single selector block. Configure this on the right-hand panel. Since this field will be the question field, I will change the label as such. Next, I'll give the options for the question, which is a simple yes and no. I'll name them one after the other, making sure there are no blank spaces after each option, and click on save. So this is my first question for the feedback form. Now comes the scoring part, where I will attach a value to the option selected. For that, I can use the calculations and logic block. There is a separate video on how to use the calculations and logic block also for the single selector and multiple selector block in detail. It is linked in the description, so do check it out. Now let's configure this block. On the right panel, first I will change the label. Now coming to the formula. Here you can implement logic and conditions similar to spreadsheet. So just give the condition and you can choose from the list that appears. Or if you want to pull up a field, such as this, you can see the variable name at the top of the field. Just type in @ followed by the field name and you can select it. And then go ahead with your calculations and logic. So over here, if the customer were to select yes, the score should be 1. If they select no, it should be 0. So here I can give in the condition if that field equals to yes, it should display 1, else it should display 0. I'll save this and let's have a look in App Home. Since no option is selected, the score is automatically taken as 0. If I select yes, it is 1, and if I select no, it is 0. I'll go back and add some more questions. I'll just speed this up. For every question, I will associate it with the calculations and logic block. You can also copy a block if it has similar configurations. Just select the block. On the right panel at the top, click on copy. I'll just move this field over here. Now this copied block, I can keep the label as it is, and for the formula, I will just change the field name and click on save. Okay, so I've added some questions, all using the single selector block and their associated score using the calculations and logic block. So in App Home, if the customer selects yes, the score will be 1 and 0 for no. Let's take another example where I need a drop-down instead of a single selector. So I click on Add Field and choose the drop-down block. On the right panel, I'll change the label for the question. And similar to the single selector block, I'll give the options. Now here I have given 3 options. So in my calculations and logic block, I will need to ensure that the score for excellent will be 2, the score for good is 1, and for fair it is 0. So I will add another calculations and logic block for it. Change the label, and for the formula, instead of a simple if condition, I can use a nested if condition. So if the field equals to excellent, it should display 2, else if the field equals to good, it should display 1, else 0. Now let's see how this looks like. I'll go to App Home. The drop-down block is over here. So if I select excellent, the score shows 2. If it's good, it's 1. And for fair, it is 0. Now you can also have a ratings block as a score. So in Design App, I'll add a field for the ratings block. I'll change the label to overall rating. Again, this block is covered in a separate video in detail. It is linked in the description. Now here you can select the emojis and its corresponding value. Either you can add how many ever you want, give the value next to it, or you can remove as per your requirement. So let's say I just need 3. I'll keep the size of the emoji the same. And for this example, I don't really need the not applicable option, which you can see over here that appears at the bottom. If you need it, you can change the text as per your use case, and you can also give its associated value. If you don't need this, you can just disable it. Click on Save. That not applicable option is no longer available. For the ratings block, you do not need an associated calculations and logic block since the values are already listed over here. Now for this customer feedback form, I would like to get the total sum of all the scores. For that, again, I can use the calculations and logic block, change the label, and for the formula, since I want to calculate the sum of all the scores, I can just type in sum and pull up all the score fields separated by comma. Now there are 6 score blocks in total, which I've added over here, and the ratings block. So add the rate, overall rating, and save this. Now you can also do it individually by typing in add the rate score plus add the rate score 1 and so on. But you can also use the sum formula. Let's test this out. In App Home, let's say I just give all of it as yes. Give this as excellent, overall rating 3, and the total score is 9. Now if you wish to hide the score fields, you can do so. Simply click on the field. On the right panel under Advanced section, for the calculations block, we have the option hidden. If you enable this, you will no longer be able to see the score field. So let me just do this for all the other score fields. And let's check this out in App Home. All the score fields are now hidden. And if I were to make the selections, the score fields still work in the background and you get the total rating. For the total rating, I have used sum, but if you want to have the average, you can use the average formula and so on. So let's say I want to get the total rating out of 5. Since the total positive feedback amounts to 9, which is the maximum it can go, I'll add one more field to make it 10 and then get the rating out of 5. So I'll go back to Design App. I'll add another drop-down field to get the maximum feedback value as 10 and give the options here. Save this. Get the corresponding score. So if the option is selected as very likely, it will be 1, else it is 0. Save this. Now coming to the total. First, I'll add the new score field to calculate the sum. And since I want it out of 5, I'll divide this by 2. Since the maximum value I can get is 10. Save this and let's check this out. In App Home, you can see the score field associated with this new drop down that I just added. I'll just keep it hidden. And go back. Okay, now if I give the feedback as all positive, just to see if this works, you can see the total is now 5. And it changes accordingly. Now based on the total score, you can also implement display conditions. For example, if I were to change this back to 10, back to just the sum. So for this field, I'll remove divided by 2. And the total is 10. Now if the overall feedback is 6 and below, I would like to capture additional comments and need for improvement from the customer. But if it is 7 and above, then I will just add an extra comments field. So in the Design app, I'll add another section, give a name on the right hand panel, add a field, let's say the multi-line text block to capture areas of improvement, and another multi-line text block to capture the comments. Now as I mentioned, if the total feedback is 6 and below, then I need this section to appear to capture the additional feedback. So I'll click on the section, and on the right panel under Advanced section, we have the option that says display the section if. Here you can implement logic and conditions similar to spreadsheet. So if the total is 6 and below, then display this section. So add the rate total less than or equal to 6. I'll save this and check it out in App Home. Now here the field automatically shows 0 in the beginning, which is why the section still appears. If this were to increase, the section disappears. If you do not want the section to be shown from the beginning, then you can implement conditions for that as well. So let's say the section should be displayed if the total is less than or equal to 6, and if it is not, 0. So over here, I can give the AND condition, and in brackets, total is less than or equal to 6, and total is not equals to 0. So it will check for both conditions, and if it is true, it will display the section. So now in app home, that section no longer appears at the beginning, but if the total were to change, then the additional feedback section appears. Similarly, I can add another section if the total is 7 or greater. And here I would just like to capture the comments, if any. So for this section, on the right panel under advanced section, under display the section if, I will type in AND at the rate total greater than or equal to 7 and at the rate total not equals to 0. Both the additional feedback sections do not appear unless the selection has been made. Like so. So in this way you can apply scoring to your apps based on options selected using single selectors, multiple selectors, drop downs, and even the ratings block. And based on the total, you can display certain sections or fields in your app. And this also works in the mobile app. All you have to do is download the Clapia app either on Play Store or App Store. And the moment you create your app, it will be live and ready to use in the mobile app. If you have any query on how to implement scores to your apps or on any other feature in Clapia, you can always request support by clicking on the button over here, or you can email us directly to support@clapia.com and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.